we suffer in silence because we don't talk just to talk. When we talk, we want solutions.
Right. Absolutely.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking just to vent and get all emotional. Hey, man, let's sit down. Let's talk about something so we can work it out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We want a solution at the end of all this, of all our work.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of
Men Suffer in Silence.
I'm your man, Rich Black Menace.
Lucky let him know.
And
Roscoe Squeeze Off.
And we here today with another episode. We got another guest caller named John. Is gonna take a few moments to talk to us and let us know how he's suffering in silence. We just want to say welcome to the show, John. Appreciate
Welcome, John.
Welcome, John. Pleasure to meet you.
I appreciate the opportunity, man. Thank you.
Absolutely.
What's going on with you today, John? What's
How
in
you-
your pocket? How are you suffering in silence?
Right.
Like every man, I think it's a common thing. You know, shoot, where do I start? Let's start with some spiritual things. Like, I was reading a scripture that said, the devil or the enemy is after anything that pisses against a wall. And that's to kill every man that he possibly can. And you ever wonder why it's always an uphill battle? You know what I'm saying? Like, in your marriage, it's an uphill battle. As a father, it's an uphill battle. As an employee, it's an uphill battle. If you're self-employed, it's an uphill battle. Everything, especially when a black man goes through, it's an uphill battle. And I don't even think we're designed literally to continuously talk about it like a woman. A woman is based on emotions. So they can say anything they want to at any time. And we sit up there and we're like, okay, I understand what she's going through because she's emotional. Men, we can't get emotional like that and just start splatting anything out that comes out of mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can hurt feelings. Or get hurt saying our feelings. So I suffer in silence in the sense of you don't want to hurt everybody's feelings. You see and say stuff. You see stuff, but you can't say anything because everybody depends on you to continue to be in the position of a strong man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
100%.
If you just say anything you want, or even talk about things that you fear. In an emotional standpoint, it feels like if you say it, you might lose your status in a position as a man. People start looking at you differently. When genuinely to express yourself is not a sign of weakness, but it's like a release. How can you work 10, 12, sometimes overtime, 14 hours a day. You got a target on your head from the cops or the society. You got temptation all around you. You want to be faithful and continue to be faithful to your wife or your significant other. Only say, and don't get any honor and respect. Because you want to release all this stuff. You want to say, let your wife know this, that, and the other happened to me. And she gonna look at you like you cockeyed. You know what I'm saying? Look at you cross-eyed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was thinking, what I need and what so many men need is that release, is that outlet. Some people aren't religious. Some people don't pray. Some people, have their other belief system and stuff like that, but everybody needs to release it. Every man release that silence. And like I was thinking, that's what a common man, an average man needs, because it's kind of like therapy. I may get a chance to talk and say something today that may stop me from hurting myself or hurting somebody else because I have so much stress pent up because I released it or I haven't said it. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
What kind of stress are you talking about, John? What kind of, if you can talk to anything specific? I mean, you don't have to be too specific, but generally.
Generally, battling health issues,
Right.
you know, battling health issues. And historically, Black men don't like to go to the doctors and hospitals because we haven't been treated well. You know, so who do you trust? You trust the people that try to keep you sick. You trust your spouse or your wife that's saying, well, nothing's wrong with you. Or even if she says something's wrong with you, then you have to be almost made or caressed to go to the hospital. Battling them makes a whole plethora of health issues. And that's not to say that I'm scared to die or anything like that, but it's kind of like you give your all to the people that's around you, for your wife, your family, this, that, and the other, and you go hard for, 30 and 40 years working, sweating. Sometimes you don't even take care of yourself, try to take care of everybody else.
Right.
And it catches up with you, you know what I mean?
Right.
Is it okay to be scared to die, John? As a man? As a man?
I think it's okay to be scared, but if you're grounded in your faith,
Right.
then, this body, we're three-part people. With flesh, with soul, and with spirit.
Right.
Everybody's gonna die. The only thing you can control is that dash in the middle you were born in when you die. So, you know what I mean? I don't think it's wrong to be scared, because that's the finalization of life. You're leaving your family, you're leaving your everything behind. Your whole legacy is built on about the time you're about to die.
Right.
So I don't think it's a matter of scared, but I don't think we should be. I think being scared and being fearful are two different things, because fear paralyzes you.
Right.
Being scared, you be like, I gotta do it anyway, so might as well do it. So
Right.
John, it's wild that you're speaking on that, especially health, the health side of it, because you're absolutely 100% correct, man. I'll tell you a short story. When I was about 44, going on 45, I was actually diagnosed with prostate cancer. And the crazy part about it, and that's young. And the crazy part about it was I had no symptoms. The only reason why I was tested is because my doctor, who was a young African-American, woman from the Caribbean, was like, yo, let's get it done. You know what I mean? You got a little bit of family history. Let's get it done. So we went a couple times to try to get the test done. They kept denying the test because they said, no, he's got to hit 50. He's got to hit 50. He's got to hit 50. So finally, she had wrote some stuff up that said, hey, look, it's important because he has this, rampant in his family. So we finally got the testing done. Keep in mind, I had no symptoms at all. I was cool. I was just cool. They tested my PSA. It came back high. Came back 6.1, I believe was the first time. Now, with PSA, you're supposed to be under 0.2.
Oh, wow.
Right? Something like that. So it was already high. So extremely high. So she calls me up when the test comes back. She calls me on a Saturday. And says, look, I'm going to get you back into the test again. I see something. I want to make sure what I'm seeing is correct. Got me back in there first thing Monday. Came back 6.7. So that went up over the weekend.
Wow.
So she said, you know what? We got to get you started in treatment. Just my luck, COVID hit. So then everything shut down. But, we started treatment right when we were able to really start getting in there. And long story short, if I hadn't did it, my doctor said, the doctor said if I hadn't caught and got treated, I would have had 5 years. So this year I turned 50. So technically that means this year I would be dead.
Right.
And the crazy part about it was that within all of that being, with all that being said, I remember there was a point in time where I didn't go to the doctors a lot. I didn't want to hear none of that. If you go to your grandparents, your grandfather would say, you would never know you're sick unless you go to the doctor. So don't go. You know what I'm saying? So, it was like, I said, nah, I don't want to be like that. So I started going to the doctor and stuff like that. So I started doing that. But you're right, as a man, especially a black man, we don't go to the doctor. So if it wasn't for that pre-screening that I got done, thank God to my doctor for that, that I would have never known. And here it is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here today. So you're absolutely right, man. That's one of the most important things because we are scared. We could be suffering in silence about that.
Without
Feeling certain
And history.
in that
history.
history, right?
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I know America's not batting 1,000. I know so many people and read so many books that, doctors deliberately diagnose people, our people, just so they could get paid or did something,
Oh, without question.
had surgery for stuff that we didn't have and we didn't make it in fatality. So, you know what I'm saying? It's
Well,
like,
conspiracy may be if it still happens now, but we know that happened for sure. So that's not a conspiracy. That's facts. That's
Yeah.
history. That's 100%.
But like they say though, like they always say, well, we know
yeah,
that there's no money in the cure.
Right. Exactly.
yeah,
There's only
Yeah.
money in the comeback.
yeah. Well, I'm dealing with, full transparency, I'm epileptic.
Okay, got you.
So the medication that I take, I don't know, because I've never, I'm gonna just say it, I've gone through some difficulties over the last 2 months, I would say, because now I can't stop shaking.
Right,
And I'm like, I don't speak things into existence, but I know my body.
right.
I'm like, why am I always shaking? Why are my hands always shaking? My arms? If I'm not having a seizure of any type,
Right.
did this medication trigger what's going on with me?
It's called after the medicine?
Say that
It started after the medicine?
after the medicine.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I know the medicine that I take is neurological. Helps me not go into seizures.
Right.
So I'm like, now is this early signs of dementia? Is also, you know what I'm saying? What's going on with me?
Right.
So now I have to deal with that facts. And how do you go to your wife that you've been, look, you've been holding down for the last, 30 years of your life. Look at her and be like, shorty, I can't do anything for you anymore because you may have to take care of me the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? Can't work. I may not can't work. I may not be able to remember who you are or my children anymore
Right.
because of the situation. And then you see it coming. You'd be like, it's just how my legacy is gonna be. If I leave a legacy for my children, man, he's not gonna remember it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Does that make you start like setting up things like wills and making sure you know that your plan is in place?
I want to die empty.
Okay.
All the stuff that I ever wanted to do, everything I wanted to say, I want to get it out, pour it out, and just die empty. That's gonna be my legacy.
Got
You know what I'm saying?
I feel that,
I
man.
actually like that.
That's
I
deep.
like that.
That's deep. I've never heard that before. That's deep.
Nah, you can't take it with you.
That's deep. That's
Right.
deep.
You know what I
Take it
mean?
with you. Get it out. Either put it on paper, put it on wax, record it, something.
Right.
It's not for anything, for your fam. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, for your seeds to listen to, oh, this is how he was. This is what he meant to say. Except for, if I'm, 70, 80 years old, I can't remember anything, or I can't even write, or can't talk. You know what I'm saying? So, just die empty.
That's a tough thing, John, because I definitely, brother, wow. Because it's like I'm sitting there and I'm listening to your story and I'm thinking, man, how's he gonna tell his kids? Like you know what this may lead to. How do you prepare your family for that? You know what I mean? Mentally,
Yeah. Well, like I said, I know eventually I'm gonna have to tell my wife, and I know eventually I have to go to the hospital to make sure that it is what it is, or it's not what I think it is.
right?
And then from that point on, just continuously, like I said, do everything that I wanted to do. Maybe I got a late start in life. But like you said, doing your story, your diagnosis is still here. So
Mhm.
if you're not here, you're not doing this podcast. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're not giving men. I mean, you can scroll through any social media platform you want. It's women talking. And it seems like everybody's talking with no absolute solution.
Right.
It's just talking.
Right.
It's emotional talking with, what they say, full of sound of fury and signifying nothing. And the separation between men and women, this competition is freaking, it's absolutely stupid. Women seem to be competing emotionally and financially and stuff like that with men. We didn't even sign up for it. We're not competing. We need them. They act like they don't need us. But eventually this thing is gonna turn and they're gonna need us again. They're gonna need us.
They need us now.
They need us now, but they don't see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They say, what is single women keep women single.
Yes, that's very true. And that's a whole narrative that's being pushed right now, pretty much by society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my little solace. A lot of things you can't sit down and just dialogue with, you know,
So
the person you're supposed to be the closest to, kind of drawn away from. So that kind of hurts.
Sounds like you're bearing a lot on your shoulders here, John. Are you? It sounds like you got a little trepidation about sharing this with your significant other.
Yeah, because a lot of things turn into competition. You know what I mean?
right.
You know, like a woman, and we all know this. We all see it. Women can't take accountability. Can't admit that they're wrong. Perfect example. The other day, I told my wife. I said, "Hey, what you said in this meeting, you know, you kind of called me out and told me to, you know, pretty much shut up. We in the meeting." And I said that, you know, I said straight up, I said, they hurt my feelings.
Right.
Never got, oh, I'm sorry. Never got, oh, not bad. I know you're feeling this, that, and the other. Then came home, but she said something else. You know, like I said, we shouldn't suffer in silence. So I'm testing the waters to see if I say something, what's the response? So I say, got home, she said something else that hurt my feelings. I mean, we act like men don't have feelings.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We do. We just don't speak on everything.
Right.
Most of the times we just erase it because we got so much else to do. We ain't got time to be playing with all this emotional stuff.
Just suck on
So let me test the water. Let me test the water and say it again. Hey, what you just did hurt my feelings. Oh, I'm sorry. No apologies, no regard. So why should I, if something so small that happened 2 days in a row, if something so small happened, how do I tell you about the biggest things and the bigger things that I'm suffering with?
Right.
You can't even take something when I said, hey, you telling me to shut up in a meeting, that hurt my feelings. How can I come to you and tell you that maybe I may have Alzheimer's or something like that, or whatever the case may be?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Forces you to suffer in silence.
Boom. So
Wow.
can't handle the small stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you can't even hold on to the ball, Derrick Henry. You fumbling all over the place. Why don't I try to throw you a pass?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't even get open.
Right.
Do you think that that's something that will change, or you think the way things are, that's where it always gonna be?
That's a good question. That's a very good question. I don't know. That's a good question.
You know, we hope.
We hope. Thank you, Jesse Jackson.
Up with hope.
Pull alive.
Up with hope, down with dope.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the collection plate. Yeah, pull alive.
Right. Right.
Have you thought about possible third party, bringing in a third party to help you maybe mediate this with your lady, maybe a pastor or a counselor or a professional of some sort that could maybe bridge this and make her realize
What's really going on?
and it give you the leeway you need to express this without any type of
Like,
pushback or trepidation of any sort?
I haven't. I have not. This is the first time I've really acknowledged it and said it openly.
Oh wow.
oh wow.
Straight suffering in silence.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. This is literally the first time. And like I said, I stayed up just meditating on this.
Right.
This is the first time I've literally spoken this situation.
And John, this is why we do what we do, man. This is why we think that this is needed, man, because I'm sure you got a good relief off just expressing to some brothers you don't even know.
Right.
Just the fact that you can say it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's what we want people to understand about this platform is man, we will listen, bro, because we all understand. We all done been through it, knew somebody went through it,
Right.
and all types of stories, man.
And we're all looking for solutions.
I commend you, brother.
Right.
Yeah, we thank you for that, because for even bringing that, like you said, just coming on here talking, man,
deep.
like, that's deep.
For the first time.
For the first time. This is the first time he's hearing himself verbally say these
I
things.
love this, man.
Expressed it.
I
You know
love
what
that.
I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's the whole thing. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Just this morning, I was in the shower talking to myself about some stuff because I felt like, man, I don't have nobody to really relate to. So I had to.
right.
Sometimes you have to let it out. You gotta hear it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, that's real.
And like I said, I'm a firm believer that you can speak stuff into existence. One of my favorite scriptures is that death and life is in the power of the tongue. You're
Right.
gonna eat what you say. So being this is the first time that I've said it, like, you're face to face with it now. Okay, it's out there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So what are you gonna do? So and what am I do? So, but it helps. It definitely helps. Men, we suffer in silence because we don't talk just to talk. When we talk, we want a solution to something.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking just to vent and get all emotional. We want, hey man, let's sit down, let's talk about something so we can work it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mm-hmm.
We want a solution at the end of all this, of all our work. So,
And I think that the suffering challenge starting from that because we speak for solution and we don't get it.
Right.
Definitely.
yeah.
Definitely.
And then we start shouldering it.
We don't get it.
We
Yeah.
start shouldering
Yeah.
it at that point. The pockets start to
That's
get
where
better.
anger comes from.
Right.
Right.
You just hit it. If we talk, if me and you sit down, me and my wife sit down, and we talk, and I'm looking for a solution, my expectation is a solution, and I don't get it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's when the silence starts hitting.
Right.
That's when, okay, I said this before. We've been down this path before.
Right.
So, why am I going to continue to go down this path or say the same things over and over and over again? I'm wasting time
With no results.
with no results. You know what I'm saying? And it's a dangerous thing when a man gets quiet.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's very dangerous thing.
yeah.
Y'all know that. When a man gets quiet, he's looking for a way out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And 10 times out of 10, you can't bring that back. You can't bring him back. Once he gets to that point, he's
Right.
there.
Right.
Right. He's there. I agree. Wow. See, that's crazy. See right there, John. You talking to me right there. Because you know what I'm saying? Because I've
Right.
always felt like that. And I've
Right.
always said that once a man stops caring, once he stops talking,
Point of no return.
that's it. Because we give
Above
People.
and beyond.
Right.
right opportunities to hear us.
Right.
To kind of try to understand where we at, especially in relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'll add another little kernel to it. It's kind of like once a man feels, especially in a relationship, once a man feels like his feelings, like 100% just don't matter,
Yeah, not bad.
that's the checkout point.
That's it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, the world acts like men don't have feelings. Sometimes we don't act like we have feelings. Or maybe we're not raised to identify. Everybody's trying to be hard, this, that, and the other. We have feelings.
Right.
We're just not that. We're not making decisions, emotional decisions by them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I get scared just as much as the next person, but you know what? I still got to do it.
Right.
I don't want to get up and, go to work. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? My body's sore, this, that, and the other, but I look at my seeds. I got to get up. I can't be like, dang, I'm calling. You get certain things you just got to do.
Yeah. Right.
So,
If it's a burglar in the house, you got to do it.
Right. Right.
I'm
Right.
scared just like you. My hand's shaking with my gun in my hand just like you.
Yeah. You can
Somebody's got to get up and pop this
I really don't want to do this.
Hey, babe, you up next. I checked the last noise out. You know what I'm saying?
Make her sleep closest to the door. You know,
Right.
you have a fighting chance while you're struggling with her.
Swing, baby, swing.
And you know we might get canceled for that statement. Right. No,
We're
man.
suffering silence. We can't laugh in silence.
Right. Right.
Hey, no.
Right. That's how they do us, man.
Take a joke.
Yeah. But now, man, that's good stuff. I really hope and pray, brother, that your situation is that of something that can be dealt with and solved, and our God is our God.
I hope this helps you be maybe even more open, because society tells us that a woman can have no plan or can be nervous or not know what to do. But society always tells you a man's supposed to have a plan, supposed to be able to look at adversity and deal with it flawlessly. And that's just not true, man. That's not real life. And we just and as men, man, we need to stop suffering and stuff. We need to open up.
Talk to other
That
men.
frees you to be able to talk to other men, talk to your pastor, talk to your doctors, and be free about it. Like, just don't suffer in silence over it, because we do that a lot. We internalize. We put a lot on our shoulders and our pockets.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Since we've been doing the show, just us talking to each other and talking to different people, our guests on the show, it's been therapeutic for me.
Same here.
Because
Same here.
I hear me in a lot of these stories.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
100%.
And the thing is, as we all talking, it's like nobody is asking. We want to be able to talk to our spouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what we're asking. We're asking just for men, when you see each other, embrace each other.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. Sit down, have a little conversation. It ain't always got to be at the barbershop.
See, because that's something that we can change. How our spouses deal with us, that may not be something we can change.
No,
we can't always make them understand and see where we're coming from.
Right.
But as men, we're going through the same thing. I've seen women that don't even know each other. They know what they're going, that this one's going to do that and that one's going to do
100%.
that, and the next thing you know, they hug and they made a community.
They got girls' night.
You understand what I'm saying?
Nothing connects a woman quicker than a bad dude.
Oh no, you right.
Girl, he did what?
Right.
They best friends at that moment. They have it like over.
So
snap a finger.
With that being said, that's one of the things for us that we're trying to do too, is to make it, hey, look, you might see this brother over here and he might be in deep thought. No, that brother's going through something, man. It's nothing wrong with a strong embrace. Hey, brother, how you doing? How you feeling today?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You want me to go deeper on you?
Definitely.
We here.
Right now, like, if y'all met me, if we were close, and this, that, and the other, if y'all met me, you give me a handshake, hey man, what's going on? How you doing? And I said, what am I saying? I'm good.
Yeah, good.
This, that, and the other. I'm good, man. You know me. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. This, that, and the other.
100%.
Like right now, you would never get that out of me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all of us.
Never get what I just said to you out of me if you knew me.
And you know what it is? Because men always suffer in silence.
Yeah.
I don't know how that got put into us, but that's just what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're trying to break that.
They're trying to break that.
We're trying to
They're
break
trying to
that.
break that.
Because like he said, and we say it all the time, John, the same exact thing. Oh man, I'm good. I'm getting through it, baby.
And here's one of the problems, John, is that if you do say something, you fear the fact that most men will be, or even women, man, he a man. What's wrong with him?
Mm-hmm.
You the man. You supposed to deal with that player. Like, that's the problem with us. We can have pain. We can internalize stuff. We can bear too much on our shoulders sometimes, and it's like there's nothing wrong with that. And we got to stop chastising each other for it, and definitely letting women put us in a place where we feel like we can't say a thing because we look less than a man.
Right. Right.
Yeah. But when saying, like, where do you go when you want to lean on? How do you lean on the person that leans on you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're saying everybody's leaning on you and expecting you to be.
Right.
How can you pour into somebody when you're running on empty? You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's kind of like a car. if you want to get from point A to point B, you ain't got a full tank of gas. You only got, I don't know, 40 miles of gas. And they asking you to go 120 miles. You're not going to get there.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? I have to fill up from someplace. I got to
That's right.
stop at the gas station and get some gas.
I love
So you gotta be full in order for you to pull out. But if your job wants you, your job needs you, your wife needs you, your spouse needs you, your family needs you, your organization needs you, you're self-employed.
Right.
They need you, this, that, and the other. Because when you're self-employed, there is no rep.
It starts with you. Everything starts with
You know what I'm saying? Everything needs you. So you got to fill up somehow. You can't fill up. And I think that's how so many people, how so many men stroke out. Heart attacks, early stress. You see more and more people in their 30s and 40s, stuff like that, having heart attacks and strokes.
Mm. Yeah.
Sure enough.
bearing too much on your shoulders.
Bearing too much on your shoulders with no outlet, no release.
That's deep, John. Believe me, in other episodes, you're gonna hear me say that. I'm gonna take what you said, man. That was deep. You gotta fill up somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
You gotta fill up somewhere.
Hit the nail on the head.
To.
You hit the nail on the head.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
have
that's
to.
deep.
Society expects too much from men from time.
I appreciate that, man. Like I said, y'all got out of me something I never said. I've been thinking it, but I said it. So,
John, we will keep you in our prayers. I hope, if nothing else, this helps you move forward with freeing some of that burden that you carry. If you suffer in silence, definitely. We can hear it in your voice. We can hear it in your story.
And definitely, John, call as often, as frequent as you want to, man. We are here. Again, that's what we're here for, to
Right.
get it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, and again, we just want to thank you for being able to just call and let us hear your story, brother, and let us vibe with you. And this thing here, we did a little bit of laughing, but we also got to know each other. You know what I mean?
Right.
On a different level, and got to get a lot of things out, and that's the important part.
Yeah. For sure.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right, John. Hey, man, we're going to be praying for you. Appreciate you,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Keep
Thank you,
pushing,
John.
all right?
Man.
Rooting for you.
Let
Rooting
me
for
go
you,
get
John.
everybody in a little
Appreciate it.
All right,
Thanks,
John.
man.
Thanks.
Peace.
And this is why we do what we do, man. This is why we do what we do.
100%.
Men suffering in
In
silence.
silence.
All right,
Absolutely.
man. Like, this is why we do what we do, bro.
Wow.
And I keep on saying that after every caller.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was, you know why that was a little deeper for me than some of the topics we talk about and some of the callers? It's because what he's suffering is about help.
Right.
He mentioned nothing about his wife.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that
right,
wasn't
yeah.
the suffering part.
Right.
You know, it was the love part. And we haven't had a caller yet
Right.
to even mention
Right.
anything about health.
100%.
Knowing all, we
Right.
all
We all
got up this morning and felt like, wait,
Yeah.
what's going on with my back?
Right,
Why my
right,
stomach
right,
feeling a little,
Yeah.
and didn't say anything. So, yeah, I definitely commend that caller, man. That John was real. And he waited till this podcast
Right.
to be next in line to call in to share that story.
You know, that's why I say, man, this is therapeutic on a whole nother level. I know a lot of people are going to sit there and just think that it's going to be all about, women bashing and things like that. It's nothing like that. Like, we
No.
really do have things that we hold that sometimes have nothing to do with women.
This is just to
That
help
we
men.
don't. Just, you understand what I'm saying?
You can help men without hurting women.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We just have to get it out. Because,
Right.
again, like he said, and I'm gonna use it often. Like John said, you gotta fill up somewhere.
Right.
If you can't constantly run on empty and keep on, you gotta fill up somewhere. So this platform is definitely we're set out to design. We designed it for that, for men to be able to fill up.
It's working. It's working.
It's definitely working, brother.
It's working.
Listening to John just now, I literally thought, like, some of our younger viewers, look up the song Lean On Me. When he said, lean on me when you're not strong. We need that sometimes. When you don't feel as strong as you normally feel, you need somebody to lean on sometimes. And, sometimes just a voice, a friendly hello. Like he said, he even mentioned it himself. If he saw you in person, didn't know you well, just saw you in person, hey, man, how you doing? I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great.
Right.
When you're really not doing great.
Right.
Sometimes you need somebody you can lean on. And just a confident.
We got to get past that, though.
We did.
We got to get past that. We got to get. We got to be more. What's the word that men hate? Vulnerable.
You know
Open
what
and
I'm
vulnerable.
saying? But that's what this platform is going to hopefully spark a movement to do.
Oh yeah.
As more people see that and hear stories like John, which I don't know how you can see that or hear that and not be moved and feel what he's going through, especially as a man that we've been through these type of things.
Crazy.
Hopefully we learn. This is a learning moments as well.
Because think about
everybody.
this. Yeah. Because think about this. He's going to have moments when he's by himself and he still has to think about these things and figure out what's next. And figure out.
Still hasn't told his family, his significant other.
That's hard, though.
His whole circle. It's his first time.
What if he don't?
And what if he don't?
Because I'm sure some men got some stuff going on.
And what happens when he doesn't? He suffers in silence.
Right.
That's why we do this show.
What if they don't take it serious?
Or she gonna find out.
One day,
it's
too late.
Wrong way.
That's too late.
Yeah, but sometimes it gets to that.
Yeah.
Especially if I can't be vulnerable, if I can't open up about something so serious.
Gotta be strong, no matter what.
That's true.
Even when I'm not.
Should start a hashtag with that. Be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
Hey, watch that.
I don't know.
Hey, man. Men suffering in silence.
Yeah. It's your man, Rich Blackman.
Roscoe Squeeze Off.
And your boy, Lucky Let Him Know. Tune in to the next episode where we talking to men or we just talking amongst each other.
Talking, yeah.
But we always talking about men
Suffering in silence.
Word, son.